Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Akbar and my study number is A320240042. So this video is a midterm test, TOEFL speaking standard test. Let's get started from first question. Okay. Personally speaking, I feel that a teacher who was very important to me was my gym teacher. It's Coach Agus. I strongly believe that he was important to me because he used sport. He was used sport to teach me about teamwork and never giving up. He showed to me how to work together as a team. I remember when my team were learning a basketball and he created a special drill. In this drill, no one on my team could shoot until every player on the team had touched the ball. This taught to us to pass to everyone, not just the best player. Moreover, he always focused on our effort, not just on winning. For example, in one game, our team was losing badly. At halftime, instead of being angry, Coach Agus praised our defense and told to us to keep trying. We ended up losing the game, but he made us feel proudly because we never give up. So that's why Coach Agus was so important to me. He used basketball to teach me life lessons about including everyone and always doing our best. Second question. The reading passage announced a change on campus. In particular, the university is discounting its own bus service and will instead give a student a $50 pass for a public transportation each semester, hoping this will help them connect with the local community. The woman in the conversation completely opposes this idea. She starts off by saying that this change will be very inconvenient. She explained that the public transportation system doesn't cover all key locations, specifically mentioning that there is no service to the DeWolf Science Center. Getting there would require a long walk through unsafe neighborhoods. Secondly, she explained that the university goals of fostering community interaction would be achieved. She goes on to say that the $50 voucher is too small, covering only about amount of travel. Since most students can afford to pay for the rest of the semester, they will be forced to walk instead of using a public transport, which means no new interaction will happen. So that's why the woman is against the new policy, as she finds it both impractical and in ineffective for start its state purpose. Next question. According to the reading pictograph area primitive form of writing that use simple picture to represent words or ideas, the passage explain that they started by depicting concrete object but became more abstract over time, eventually evolving into modern writing system. In the lecture, the professor delves deeper into this subject by providing specific example of this evolution. He illustrates how to how two letters in the modern Roman alphabet originated from ancient pictographs. To start the lecture, explain that the letter A began as an Egyptian pictograph of a bull head, which represented the word a bull. Over generation, this detailed drawing was simplified into the abstract shapes we recognize today. He goes on to say that the letter E has a similar history. It started as a pictograph of a person praying with a body, head, and outstretched arms. The professor described how this symbol was rotated and lost most of its details, with the three horizontal lines of the E now being the remains of the figure or two arms and head. So that's why the professor examples perfectly demonstrate the process described in the reading, showing how pictographs became visually simpler and more abstract to form the foundation of modern writing. And last question. The lecture is about the paradox of a technology. This is when a new invention that should make a life easier actually make it more complicated. First, the professor talks about the universal remote control. It was created to control all your device. Sorry. So you don't need many remotes, but he says the programming it is very difficult. You have to read a long manual and remember what each button does, which can be more frustrating than using separate remotes. Secondly, the professor describes small mobile phones. Phones are made smaller so they are easy to carry. However, he explained that the buttons become too tiny. This make it hard to press the right number, so people often dial wrong number by mistake. So to sum up, both example shows that a new technology can create a new problem, even when it is designed to help us. This is the paradox of a technology. Well, that's all for me from the midterm test standardized speaking. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.